your first time on the big show, you see I actually do have emails here.
It's real. I actually didn't think it was real.
It is not a sound effect. It's real. When we start RAD TV, everybody will be able to see. No, really.
Yeah.
We just print out emails and everything. We got Greg from Map Training online at trainwithmap.com. And this particular email that I'm crinkling is the one that got us all started on getting you into the studio because as we have Brandon and Kyle and Dawn and now my wife working with you, we get questions and we have some answers, but you're going to be the best spokesperson. So this is what Jess wrote in. She wrote in, I have a question regarding the meal plans with Greg. I signed up with him. I got his meal plans. However, he only gave me 2 days worth and told me I need to eat only these things for at least 2 weeks. I asked him about it, and he said, yes, that's correct. Just eat only those, which is really only like 4 different foods. Why are you starving people, Greg? Why are you making them malnourished?
Starving.
You know what's funny is the biggest complaint I have right now is I can't eat all of this food.
Yeah,
Dawn knows.
right here.
Yeah, Kyle knew there for a minute.
Yeah, but I'm not starving.
Yeah, no, you're not hungry.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not starving anyone. But
No.
the idea behind eating the same foods is, one, simplicity. If I ask people, aside from Dawn, to cook a million things in a week, it's not going to happen. Or I'm going to try to sell you a protein bar that I made myself and make $10 per bar, right? Neither of those things are going to be good options for you to stay on track long term. So what I try to do is pick healthful foods that are going to fit kind of your style of eating and your meal plan, and I put them into meals. But what I offer people is, hey, if you're going to get away from the meals that I wrote from you because you need some more creativity, try to stay within these macronutrient guidelines, which are listed on everyone's menu, and that allows you to change things. So the example I always use is if you have a sandwich, you could easily flip that sandwich into a salad and then toast the bread as croutons. So you can keep the creativity coming, but you are still eating the same foods.
So when she says only 4 different foods, is that literal? Is she not understanding?
That's probably not literal. It's probably in the sense of...
Because when I hear these guys talk, I'm like, that you're eating all kinds of foods.
All kinds of
Yeah,
foods.
I mean, I try to keep it creative, but I also don't want you to have a full grocery cart for 7 days of eating. So keeping the creativity, it probably is a carb, a vegetable, and a protein.
I don't know. It's probably that she's probably getting like the foods mixed up with the actual meal. Like I got 4 different separate meals. They're all the same thing, but they have different ingredients. So there's different multiple things of food in there as well.
And so then how long do they stay on these meal plans before you change it up for them?
Unless someone threatens me through the app, I try to let them stick to those meal plans for about 2 weeks. I will update it if people are losing their minds. But
How often do those threats come in?
like once every morning. You know?
So let's back up. Because one of the things we've told people since we started with you is you're actually doing this. This isn't some AI system. This isn't some bot. You are actually designing people's plans.
Yeah, my wife has a better chance of getting a hold of me through the app than she does at home. So.
And it's not. Let's give the bigger picture. Oh, you know what? Before we give the bigger picture, I want you. When you and I first met, I talked to you about this. So many people don't understand the word macros, and they associate it to things like CrossFit or keto. They're like macros. They don't they lump it into all of that stuff that drives everybody nuts. What are macros, and why do you care so much about them?
The simplest way to describe macros are things that give you energy, right? So people, and this seems to be a common theme, people are microdosing, like taking small amounts of very individual vitamins and minerals, when the only thing that's actually providing you energy is protein, carbohydrates, and fat. I balance those because how your body uses them throughout the day. Protein's a terrible source of energy, which is why everyone's eating 6, 8, 10 ounces of chicken at a time, because you're not likely to store it as fat. Carbohydrates are your immediate energy throughout the day, so it's going to keep you from crashing, and that gets people away from the Red Bulls and the sugary coffees. And then fat is something that you utilize to kind of protect the body and for internal functions, so you keep that to a minimum.
How many morons do you meet a day? Because this subject that we have talked on this show for over 20 years, that this is one of like a half dozen subjects where everybody's an expert and everybody knows nothing. I will never forget. I wonder if Dawn remembers this, because this is like 15 or more years ago. We were talking about nutrition or something, and we were mentioning carbohydrates are what gives you energy, eating carbing up, before you work out. And this bitch called in. And you guys, you're so wrong. It's protein. And it was like, you just throw your hands up. People are very misinformed about this.
And that's the best way to describe it. I think everyone read something that someone told them from the 50s, like, oh, only 1 egg a week. And then no one ever got updated. Their gym teacher from high school at the last person to teach them about nutrition. So I'd say they're just very educated in the wrong way.
Are there bad foods? What are foods you don't want anybody eating? Just for their health, let alone if it's for nutrition or fitness. But I mean, is there food you just don't want people eating?
Yeah, I mean, of course, right? If you're like, well, I crush Red Bulls every day, there's zero nutritional value to that. It's pure sugar. It's going to increase your ability to store fat throughout the day. So there are foods like that are really just no-goes. But everything else, I mean, I don't think extremist in any form is a good way to go about things, which is why I don't believe in ketosis or the keto diet or anything like that, because a little bit of variety is going to get you where you want to go.
So when you were on the broadcast with Brandon and Kyle, I think the example you used was that if somebody said, I need my bacon and I need my whiskey, you'll work around it. But what are the quantities that you allow? I mean, a few pieces of bacon or an entire container? Is it a whiskey or I have 7 whiskeys?
Right? Yeah, I do my best. If someone says I need a lot, then I try to make room for one a day. Right? But even the main thing I'm getting right now is tacos and pizza. I don't know if you guys said something on the radio that I missed, but everybody wants tacos and pizza. And I'm writing those in, but it's not a real pizza. It's a pita pizza. So it's a wheat pita with maybe ground turkey and some other ingredients that will literally taste like a pizza, but you're not going to Domino's.
All right. Got some email questions for you already. Phone number's 888-989-9811. Dimitri wrote in.
Hey, Dimitri.
Says, I got a question about Greg's meal plans. I've got a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and my 21-year-old and his girlfriend, along with my wife, all living in our house. I know Greg's meal plans are aimed for me, but are they a pain where I'd cook separate for me and then cook for the rest of the household other stuff?
No. So that's where the creativity comes involved, because one thing that may go into something like that is a stir fry. A stir fry is something that you can make in bulk very easily. You can have noodles on hand, like a buckwheat noodle, and you can turn that into multiple things. One day it's soy sauce and it's a stir fry. The next day it's tomato sauce and it's a pasta, and it keeps the whole family entertained.
And they can contact you on a regular basis when, like, Dimitri goes, oh, Greg had a great example, but I did those and now I don't have an idea.
Absolutely. And I'm actually getting better about it now as people are catching up with their meal plans, of posting them in the community chats within the app too. So there's more recipes, more options. And then with that macro guideline on your menu, you can adjust as you go with those new meals.
So we're talking with Greg from trainwithmap.com. And so we focused on nutrition. We got some more emails here in a second. But also, we've got Kyle kickboxing now.
Yeah.
Because there's multiple things that you do, including you have a gym in Roseville. Is that where the kickboxing is, right?
That's where it's at.
Okay. Where is it?
It's at 325 at Riverside Ave in downtown Roseville.
And this is that gym that we've talked about where it's 24/7 and people have access, and it's the honor code and they can work out whenever they want.
Yeah, no matter how many times we say it, they're still mind blown when I tell them. So.
I was in there yesterday, and he had signed up a new maggot as well. I think his name was Derek. I can't remember. His gym just shut down the other day, and he comes in, and he's working out. I do my code to get in, and as he's leaving, he's like, so do I have to lock the door or anything? I'm like, no, I'm in here. It's fine, man. Don't worry. He's like, okay, you got it? I'm like, yeah. So, very trusting.
I don't remember if it was on the broadcast or when we met for the first time. You've never had any problems. People are good people.
People are good people.
You're leaving. You leave. I think you said you leave products out and merchandise, and nobody steals it.
I love that.
Everybody gets along. Have you ever had an incident between members or anything?
Nothing. I mean, I think when you open your own business, you tend to attract like people, and I like to think that I'm a good human. So I feel like we're attracting good humans.
Well, you certainly come well vetted just from the Maggot Army, because Shelby from financewithshelby.com, he's been in and out with you, but he's back now. Right? He's known you for a couple years.
Yeah, he was in there 3-4 days a week there for a long time, and then we let him get out of town for a little while, and you always got to reel people back in, get them back on the workout train. But yeah. Well,
and Shelby, he's one of those guys who openly admits he hates working out. He does it because he wants the results. You seem more like the guy that loves working out. You're very annoying that way.
Yeah, I mean, I am what I am. I'm too much for some people. But Shelby's one of those guys. We have a famous quote from him that's like, all right, thanks, man. Worst part of my day's over. I'm like, thanks, Shelby.
And little Charlie from Black Dog Graphics.
Not little. He's not tall.
Hey, he's getting bigger by the day. Watch out.
Are you well, but not taller. Are you training him? Are you nutritioning him? Is he just working out at your gym? You can just share all of his personal information. He doesn't care.
Yeah, so his home address is he's working out quite a few times a week. He's putting in a lot of work. So he's more on the strength training boat with that, but I am just helping him with his nutrition along the way. He likes to have a little bit more freedom.
I remember one of my girlfriends who loves to work out. She said, stop it. She's like, I'm like a rarity. She said, if most people sat around waiting until they wanted to, they're never going to. She's all, you just go do it. Whether you even, and say to yourself, I hate this, but I'm going to do it anyway. She's like, you might find yourself doing it then.
So we got Kyle going in, and he's actually doing kickboxing. And are you doing the kickboxing with him? How does that work?
Yeah, I'm on the other side of the pads, and Kyle's hitting pretty hard.
Yeah, he's hitting hard.
Yay, Kyle.
So then what is this thing you offer where people can work out on their own or at home, but you can create a plan for them, and there's videos to explain that part of it as well.
Yeah, so that's all within the app where we're offering the meal plans as well. Basically, my pretty face is on the other side of the app with a 20 to 30 second tutorial. And what I do is I drag and drop those tutorial videos into a workout built for you. So if you don't know what something is and you're limited on equipment, I can build all the workouts around the equipment. You click the tutorial and it's 20 seconds of me showing you exactly what to do.
All right, more emails, rad@radradio.com. This is from Brett.
Hey, Brett.
I'm interested in doing the meal planning program, but I'm not a huge fan of most cooked vegetables. And I know most weight loss plans want you to eat a ton of vegetables. Would Greg be able to come up with a plan for me?
Absolutely. That's one of those times I might recommend a multivitamin just so that you can get all those little things you're not getting from a high vegetable count. But yeah, totally fine.
Well, that might as well. Let me jump to this one because here it is. Since you said that, Scott says, do you suggest supplements? If so, which ones? Which ones make pita bread and turkey taste like pizza?
One of those supplements is called tequila. That helps. No. The two main supplements that I always recommend for everyone is one, a multivitamin, just because the quantity of food that you'd have to eat in perfect conjunction to get all of the vitamins and minerals you need each day is really difficult. So a quality multivitamin goes a long way. The other one is a post-workout. So if you have a post-workout protein and a sugar, those supplements will go a long way in helping you recover faster.
What if people don't want to work out? What if they're like, I'm like Shelby, but I'm not even willing to do it. Can you help me get to some sort of goal?
Absolutely. We just adjust the calories a little bit. We don't play for those calories that you would have burned in a workout. So it may take a little bit longer to get the results, but you can still get them.
Now, you said something about post-workout supplement. I was told magnesium is good for post-workout and with sleep. Is that true, or is that something I should be looking into, or other people should be looking into as well?
Not necessarily. I think that's one of those things I was mentioning earlier where people tend to microdose vitamins that, yeah, they could help, but if the rest of your meal plan and the rest of your day is not on track, it's not going to make a big enough difference. You're much better off with just a balanced diet and a regular multivitamin to get the job done.
I was told magnesium too, but only for when you start aging, because it helps out with like you'll get muscle spasms, they said, and like the magnesium will help. So I don't know. I went ahead and bought it, and I don't know if that's true or not.
They did exactly what they wanted to do, right? But I mean, muscle spasms is a perfect example.
It was a friend
Are
that
you
told
taking
me
it?
She's old too, and she's like, "Oh, magnesium, girl, when you get those muscle spasms."
No, and we should point out, you are a nutritionist.
Yeah, that's what my background's in. I have my degree in there. I have my certifications within nutrition.
Is there anything to this magnesium thing that you know of?
No.
No, not in any
Well,
significant
then I'll
amount.
stop buying it. I mean, because it's not cheap. I want to get the good stuff.
Wait, is this the milk that is often strawberry flavored, the milk of magnesium?
Oh, no.
That's different.
So you are an actual nutritionist, and you also because the story is just fun no matter when you hear it. Are you still a professional paintballer?
I am. I have been for 16 years.
Okay, so
amazing.
How does that work? What does that mean? When do you paintball again?
Actually, next week is going to be my final and last tournament. I'm hanging up my cleats.
That's
Oh my God, you're
That's it.
retiring.
16 years. I've lived hard.
Man.
Why is it just because why?
I'm really focused on map right now. I have a 2-year-old son, and we always say in
That's a
paintball we
lot.
travel a lot and we do a lot. And I don't want my time after paintball to be the afterlife. I don't want to just rot away. I want to do something else great.
Will you still recreationally paintball around town? Are there places you can go?
Yeah,
out of
absolutely.
your
I mean, I practice regularly out at Davis Paintball, which is really close to where we're at. And once you've played, there's no going back. So I'll still play.
Did you say a son?
Yeah, I have a 2-year-old son.
So you get your son into it, and then that way you can.
There you go.
I hope he picks something more profitable than paintball.
Greg wrote in, not you, Greg, a different Greg. Obviously, he didn't email the show. I mean, that would be kind of weird. I'm a type 2 diabetic. Do you have a plan that would work for me?
Absolutely. I'm working with several diabetics right now, several postpartum people, several people with other, autoimmune diseases. We can work with it.
God, Dawn's like all of those things. Bree says, I'd love to do a system like this, but I have a few questions. I'm a nurse who works nights, and it's always hard to count calories and know where to start. After midnight, when I wake up, so confusing. Also, I have allergies to wheat, corn, and soy.
Dang.
Is that too difficult to make a meal plan for?
I love a challenge. It is not too difficult, but there is going to be some back and forth. I will write a meal plan. You may find things that you don't like. You're going to have to jump on that messenger and let me know so that we can make it work for you.
Also, Bree, you may want to go to granitebayallergy.com and make an appointment about that whole wheat, corn, and soy thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Is there a client type that you will just say, I can't help you?
No. Oh, well, I guess I say no, but really it's just someone that refuses to try. If I give you a million options and you have a million excuses, we're going to run into a
You're
problem.
not ready.
You're not
Like,
ready.
why'd
Yeah,
you
exactly.
come anyway?
Hello, Matt.
Hi. I was wondering if Greg works with people who have dealt with like some severe medical problems, and like they're like kind of emaciated and lost a lot of body mass, and maybe like is there like a meal plan that like helps bring someone back from that?
Absolutely. I mean, that's where supplements may come into play because your appetite may be affected. And then around the nutrition, it's just going to be about getting the actual calories that you need into your body and then focusing on training. It's going to be a lot slower and a lot more repair based than it is, your classic bicep curls and chest press workout.
So that brings up, we were talking about earlier in the week too, that a lot of people come to you and they might want to lose weight, they might want to get fit, and one of the things you do that freaks them out is you often make them eat more calories. And can you explain why?
Absolutely. So to try to keep a long story short, when you undereat, most often people go, oh, well, I had something terrible for lunch, so I skipped dinner. Well, yeah, you had terrible food for lunch, but now you've undereaten for the day, which causes your metabolism to slow down and you burn less calories. So if I want you to burn fat and lose weight, I can't cut your calories any further. You'll start to die before you actually burn fat. So getting people to eat more and training their metabolism to burn a little bit more efficiently then allows you to start cutting calories and doing other things that will actually get the job done instead of starving.
So you took a shot at Red Bull, and now everybody's writing in, and we're like, wait. So Trevor says, how about sugar-free energy drinks? I drink one a day, and coffee doesn't work on me. I work at 2 a.m. I need the energy.
That would be option 2. I think pre-workouts are a way better source of energy if that's something you want to do. I actually will mix mine with carbonated water and sip on it throughout the day to keep my caffeine consumption low but still have those effects.
All right, Chris says, RAD@radradio.com, I'm a beer connoisseur, spelled wrong.
Well, we wouldn't know that. You have the email.
It's not even close. It's like carnosaur. He's like an old dinosaur. Or something.
Well, how much
Drunk
of
on
a beer
beer.
connoisseur are you? You have to be able to spell it.
Can Greg work that into my diet, or would I have to cut my beer out altogether?
Listen, I understand that I'm the fitness guy, but I love a good beer and french fries too. I can absolutely work that in. I do it for myself.
Jackie wrote in, says, I do strength training about 4 to 5 days a week. I eat mostly clean, she put it in quotes, and I try to hit my macros during the week. Oh, that's broad. However, come the weekends, my family and I like to eat out 1 to 2 times. I know everything in moderation is okay. Is this considered moderation, or do I really need to cut out eating out?
You don't have to cut out eating out, but what you might have to do is stop treating it like a vacation. If you're going on a bender and eating an entire pizza to yourself every Saturday, then yeah, it's going to start to add up because nutrition's much based on consistency over time than it is on a day.
I went to brunch with some girlfriends on Sunday, and I started getting nervous. So I sent Greg, like, here's where we're going, and the link, and like I'm like, here's what I picked out that I think would be okay, because I'm really liking how I'm feeling, and I just don't want to like eat something that's gonna make me feel terrible again. And oh my god, it was totally. He picked out something I didn't even think I could, and I ended up getting whatever. It was some eggs Benedict, but I put the hollandaise sauce on the side. It was so good. I did not even feel like I missed out on anything. It was the conversation that was fun anyway. But I still got this piece of sourdough toast that it was on, and ham and poached egg. It was yummy.
And that's special celebrity treatment that Dawn got. A regular member wouldn't get that from you, would they?
Sorry, Don. Yes, they would.
Yay!
I always think of you, this new State Farm pitch that they have where they have all their celebrities, mainly Aaron Rodgers, and they think they're getting a special deal. And Jake is like, no, everybody gets it, because every story that we hear is you're sitting there. I know you said sleep is overrated or something like that. I mean, when are you not available? I mean, is there a time?
Pretty rarely. I mean, the only time I'm really not at my phone or on the computer trying to help someone is when I'm training in the gym.
Or I suppose the last 30 minutes we've kind of screwed a few clients here.
But how about sleeping? Do you get that?
That's where I break the mold on a fitness expert. I definitely do not sleep as much as I'm supposed to, according to paper.
Phone number's 888-989-9811. Hi, Barry.
Hello.
Hello.
I have a 12-year-old vegetarian athlete son. Do you have a meal plan for him?
Absolutely. I'm actually working with several vegetarians right now, and vegetarian's kind of a broad term. People don't always use it correctly. So that may mean eggs, fish, and cheese are allowed. It may not, but that would determine how we put it together. And again, when you're vegetarian, you're starting to look at things that are complementary, like beans and rice actually complete a protein. So you don't necessarily need chicken or fish. You can use those.
We're talking with Greg from trainwithmap.com. We got this note from Michelle. It says, I just signed up with Greg. I actually love the 2 days worth of simple meal plans for 2 weeks. It keeps things simple while also making a great lifestyle shift in how I eat. Also, Greg is very friendly and quick to respond to messages. He truly must not sleep. Yeah, I think we just kind of covered that. Amber says, I was wondering if the Train with Map program could also deal with wanting to weight gain. I've struggled with my weight my entire life. I am very thin and I feel unhealthy. I've been told so many times that exercise could help me gain weight, but every time I ultimately end up losing weight. I've tried so many high-calorie diets, and it just doesn't work for me. Does he have an option for people who want to gain weight?
100%. And Amber, I'm assuming it's a female, one thing that they tend to do is they lift lighter weights, and they tend to move a little bit more quickly. Getting a sweat when you're trying to gain weight may not be the answer. You may need to slow down, lift a little bit heavier, and knock your reps way down past what you are now.
Are the weight gaining diets, are they even like more fun? Like do they get to eat like really good
Sounds
junk?
No, but they're going to believe that they do. They just get you more of the good stuff.
I do fall under that category where I feel like I do get to play around with that too much. But Greg has been great about the nutritional plan that I have. And I haven't changed it up in a couple of weeks because I actually really enjoy it. And having the structure and the meal plans laid out for me has been a great discipline. But I do play around with it a little bit on the weekends. Sorry, Greg, because I do feel like I need to like have like maybe some extra spaghetti on a Saturday and just to kind of feel like I'm getting a little bit extra.
When I first I'm sure myself and plenty of other females, when you first hear that from another girl, oh, I need to gain weight, your first thing is bitch. But I do. You're like, oh, you poor thing. Yeah. No, I have a girlfriend that like, she is just naturally thin and she hates it and she looks at everyone else and she wants to be bigger. And if she even loses 2 pounds, people think she's anorexic. She's like, no, I eat, but I'm thin. And I think we judge thin people as well too much.
It's really hard for us.
A bunch of people have suddenly written in, they want your thoughts on fasting and or intermittent fasting.
You know, that's been a popular one. Dr. Oz must have talked about it or
Keto
something.
too. Keto's big on it.
So the intermittent fasting, really, I only recommend it if one, you truly have an overeating problem, like you're a stress eater, or two, you have digestive issues. The whole point of intermittent fasting is one, to limit calories throughout the day, or two, give the muscles that actually run the digestive system a break. So if you don't necessarily need one of those two things, it's probably going to lead you into that same path of under eating every day.
Samantha wrote in, says, I live in Chico. Do you work with people long distance?
Yes. My app can go worldwide. I have clients in Germany and Australia currently.
Oh,
And
international.
That's also the benefit too. Obviously the nutrition can go anywhere, but that's also the benefit of your ability to design workout programs for them. And there's videos that help people that they literally, because we got a ton of people in Northern Nevada who could sign up with you, and they might have a gym already, and you could be their trainer, but it would be through the app.
Absolutely. They could be home too. They don't necessarily need a gym.
This is from Marina.
Hey, Marina.
Says, I'm a 45-year-old female
oh, man.
who's always struggled with my weight. I have always been very overweight and tried just about every fad diet and diet pill out there. Back in 2011, I was able to lose 120 pounds over a year and a half with the help of Weight Watchers, a personal trainer, and CrossFit.
Good for you.
I got hurt and had to stop most of what I was doing, which was heavy lifting and running. After I got hurt, I was also diagnosed with bipolar and put on medication. I've tried to stay active with walking and swimming, but unfortunately, I've gained back most of the weight I lost. I keep trying to lose weight, but I'm not having any success. I tried Weight Watchers again. I've tried Noom and some other weight loss apps. I'm trying things that worked for me 10 years ago, but I'm not getting the same, if any, results. I've been told that my age and the antidepressants that I'm on could be part of the problem. I'm curious, is this something your meal plans could help me with?
Oh, gosh.
Absolutely. You know, I'm so happy that you lost the weight in the first place, but one of the holes in the Weight Watcher program is that it goes based on points, and something like an apple is worth 0 points, which means I can eat as much sugar as I want and still be within my constraints. That's not necessarily something that's set up to help you long term. That's something we can work around and teach you how to work with the medication that you're on.
I love that every email or call we get with some way out there question for you, your face lights up. Like, give me this challenge, or I already know how to do this.
Absolutely.
Hello, there's Samantha.
Hello. I battled cancer, and with that, they took my entire colon, which means that I have an ileostomy. How would that plan work for me?
That is going to be interesting. Again, it's another challenge. With surgeries like that, everyone's going to react a little bit differently. Likeliness is we need to stay away from anything that's going to be taking too long to digest. So red meats, wheat products may not be on your meal plan, and it may be much more of a grazing style eating plan than it is, hey, let's put together 3 meals. But it's definitely something that we can work with.
Christy says, my 10-year-old son has been dealing with overall low muscle tone since kindergarten and was working with physical therapists to build them up, but hates doing it alone at home. Would you be able to work him out and teach him? Do you do kids?
I do. I actually have
train kids. You train kids. Jesus.
I was going to let you have that one. Absolutely. I do a lot of kids classes right now where we do kickboxing, agility training. Most of the resistance training we reserve to band work and things that aren't necessarily dumbbells or true weight training, but that may be a special circumstance where we'd adjust for that.
So if we pique the interest of more people, the best way to get them started, go right to the app, go to trainwithmap.com, get the app. How do you want them to do it?
The easiest way is to go to trainwithmap.com/radradio, or you can click the Rad Radio link right on our homepage. It will take you to all the different programs. If you scroll past the Let's Talk button, you'll actually get a couple of the answers that most people are looking for before you message me, but I will absolutely answer any questions there. You can sign up there, and if you do sign up, the sign up will walk you through everything to download the app, set up your profile, fill out the consultation form, and that's where I'll come in and start customizing all your programs.
And I mean, I just want to say for longtime listeners that have been here since the beginning with me, and you've all known my journey, I have had a million trainers, and I was very hesitant. I was liking what everyone was saying when Brandon did his probcast, and I was like, oh, this great guy sounds intriguing, but been there, done that with trainers, and they can just be a certain way. And I absolutely love him. I mean, like, I really do. Like, he is definitely different. I wasn't even sure I was going to do it. I was going to kind of dip my foot in and see, because I know how trainers can be, and I'm definitely all in with this guy. I really like him.
No, so am I. This exactly. Like, I've been doing the meal plan. I've been doing the workout videos, but I've been going into the gym and doing them because it gets me motivated. But after what I think is my 11th workout as of yesterday, I'm down 9 pounds as well. So
yeah.
And if you missed any of the info, of course, we always have it at radradio.com on the Radvertiser page. You can just get right to trainwithmap.com from there as well. Thanks, Greg. We'll have you back soon because the questions keep rolling in.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hopefully you got a bunch of messages you have to answer.